What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sly Geordie and welcome back to another video on Black Ops 6. Today we're finally going to be making the video that I promised a couple weeks ago now, and that is talking about whether or not Black Ops 6 is worth buying. That's if you haven't got it yet or haven't got Game Pass or whatever. And yeah, if you don't want to sit through this whole video, the short answer is it really depends on what you value in a Call of Duty game. So for starters, if you value zombies, for example, especially if you liked Cold War zombies, then Black Ops 6 is 100% worth getting. It is an improvement on that. Honestly, it's probably my favorite zombies iteration that I have played. I wasn't the biggest fan of Black Ops 3 zombies, for example. You know, I've not ever really been the biggest zombies fan at all. So for casual zombies fans, Black Ops 6 is 100% worth it. And for hardcore people, they've been pretty happy with Terminus and Citadel de Mort as well. So yeah, if you're a zombies fan, definitely worth getting. As for the campaign, if you're in the same boat as me, then you buy the Call of Duty games for the campaigns, and quite frankly, Black Ops 6, once again, is worth it. It's a Black Ops campaign. Of course, it's worth it. I would be very surprised if, you know, Black Ops ever released a bad campaign. Just the concept alone is enough to carry a story, in my opinion, in the Black Ops universe. It isn't like Modern Warfare, for example, where it's a lot more abstract. You know, Black Ops, the clue's in the name, you know, so definitely worth it, in my opinion. Whether or not it's a good Black Ops campaign, or whether or not it's like one of the best Black Ops campaign, is up to you to decide. Me personally, I view it as the weakest Black Ops campaign, but it's still really, really good. Okay, like I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 when I reviewed it. So yeah, if you're wanting to get the game for campaign, for zombies, it's worth it either way. But for most of you viewing this video, you are going to be wanting to know my opinion on the multiplayer. And the answer is a bit deeper than a yes or a no. It's exactly what I said earlier. It depends on what you value. So that, you know, went for Call of Duty as a whole, and it also goes for the multiplayer. Now, if you value the gameplay, then it's really good. Like, it's really smooth. The new Omni movement is really engaging. It's done really well. There's not really any issues with the movement on its own. The issues are more with how the movement is implemented. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more abstract right now, a little bit more casual. I would honestly say that Black Ops 6 is not worth it from a casual perspective. If you get it cheap, if you have it on Game Pass or whatever, it's 100% worth getting to max level and maybe prestiging, and then getting to max level on Prestige 1 again. But after that, I really don't think you'll get many hours out of it, even past Prestige 1, like even past like max the standard max level. I would say casually it's not worth it. A lot of what has kept Black Ops 6 going this year is the camo grind, and to get more into that, there has been a lot of issues. This is most certainly the weakest Black Ops multiplayer. There have been way too many occasions, and I mean way too many occasions, where I've been playing this game and all I can think about is, you know what, I wish I was playing Cold War right now. I wish I was playing Black Ops 4 or even Black Ops 3, you know. There have been times where I just haven't enjoyed it at all, and it's because of the usual issues with the modern Call of Duties. Now, I liked Black Ops Cold War. I didn't play it at launch, so I didn't experience it in its worst state. I played Cold War about 2 years after it came out, so I had all the maps and stuff, whereas I've obviously been playing Black Ops 6 since day one, since before day one. I've been playing since the beta, so some of these maps I've been playing for, like, damn near 6 months now. So honestly, these maps are terrible. They are genuinely some of the worst I've seen, not just in Black Ops. It's absolutely the worst Black Ops map selection, without a doubt, in my opinion. But it might, you know, also be one of the worst map selections in general. Even Ghosts had some pretty good maps. that I really enjoyed. Of course, Ghosts had some amazing DLC maps, but the standard ones were definitely very divisive, shall we say. Maps like Stonehaven, for example, Whiteout, Sovereign, that Vegas map, you know, in the desert. Was it Arcane? I don't know what it was called. I can't remember, but a lot of you will probably know what map I'm on about. They all kind of worked. Ghosts had a very particular style that it wanted to go for, for me it worked. You know, I really liked Ghosts, but with Black Ops 6, I know what it's trying to do, and I'm not really a fan of it. Long story short, the thing that's keeping Black Ops 6 going this year is the camo grind. Absolutely the camo grind. The camo grind is easy. Sometimes that's fun. It's one of those things where you can switch your brain off, and for those who use video games as a coping mechanism, I would say that Black Ops 6 is pretty good. It will always keep you busy if you're doing the camo grind like myself. But yeah, again, if you're playing casually, definitely not worth it at all. Honestly, I would probably stick with whatever COD game or whatever first-person shooter you were already playing, because, yeah, the issue with Black Ops 6 is the movement. It's not that the movement itself is inherently bad, like the whole being able to sprint sideways, sprint backwards, dive sideways, dive backwards, dive forwards. That's all well and good. The issue is that it's too fast. You know, things like tactical sprint just shouldn't be there. Bear in mind, looking at your screen right now, you'll see that I am playing Nuketown. Nuketown is absolutely in its worst state. This is the worst version of Nuketown that you could possibly play because it's just so fast. These maps are so engagement optimized, and they're really trying their hardest to get people playing as much as possible by making all these engagement optimized maps. And then obviously you got skill-based matchmaking at most likely its worst. The time to kill was really inconsistent up until the last couple of patches where they changed it. I will admit it's been a lot better. There was a good amount of time where even if I wasn't focused on camo grinding, I couldn't play the game normally. I couldn't play it on core. I had to play on hardcore, you know, and that was pretty rough. Because I understand doing it for camo grinding, it's a lot easier to do the camo grinding on hardcore, but the fact that even when I played casually, I just couldn't get any sort of enjoyment out of core, for me speaks volumes about how bad the game has been so far compared to other Call of Duty games. And again, the only thing that's keeping the game going for the most part is the camo grind. Most people playing the game are camo grinding because it's just so much easier this year. You know, usually in the last few Call of Duties, every camo, like all your camo progression would be dictated by different types of challenges. Now that's still there for getting like the special camos and the, you know, the gold and diamond and dark spine, and then of course dark matter, but for the military camos like red tiger, for example, you've just got to get 100 headshots, you know. So it's very easy to do that. It's time consuming, don't get me wrong, but it's easy, and a lot of people, including myself, kind of prefer it that way. But the issue with it is we want to have fun while doing it, you know. I really don't mind, like, I'm going to be honest, I like Face Off. I've always liked Face Off. Black Ops Cold War, I played Face Off a lot, and I really liked Black Ops Cold War. I think out of all the Call of Duty games, Black Ops Cold War probably has my favorite map selection. I really liked the original maps in that game, and I also, obviously, I had legacy maps as well from Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, etc. And even then, I still loved playing Face-Off, and I thought the Face-Off maps in that game were pretty good. Black Ops 6 carries on that trend. You've got maps like Stakeout, which is the one you're seeing right now, and then there's Pit. I'm a big fan of Pit. Racket just got added recently, which is a lot like Shipment, but even smaller. But then again, you've got another map like that in the main game, which we're now going to talk about. It's that all the maps all feel like face-off maps. The normal maps, because of how quick the movement is, you're going to be getting into engagement like that. When usually in most COD games, you've got this like moment of quiet as you run up. Well, not a moment of quiet, but almost a moment of calm as you spawn. You know nobody's nearby. It's only on like maps like Nuketown that you would ever get spawn traps, but you have time to gather your bearings and start running towards where the action is. Black Ops 6 doesn't have that. On most of the maps, even the normal maps, you're going to be getting spawn traps. These are technically 3-lane maps, and I know this has been a source of debate over the last couple of months, but these aren't your conventional 3-lane maps. And don't get me wrong, 3-lane maps can be really, really boring. Call of Duty World War II a few years ago got into a lot of controversy for how boring that game's maps were at launch. Because it was just all 3-lane. But 3-lane kind of works. Of course, 3-lane has always worked where you have these little intersections through each of them, so you could cut across to another lane. Maps like Raid, for example, were really good for this, and Raid is a map that a lot of commentary YouTubers are bringing up to compare the BO6 maps to show why they're so bad. But the fact of the matter is, the Black Ops 6 maps have too many intersections. There are too many sight lines in each lane. For example, on Derelict, you could see pretty much across the map at certain places where you could stand, which is just completely and utterly broken. Scud is another one of those. You can see the entirety of the map. The maps aren't big enough. That's the thing. The maps aren't big enough to facilitate such fast movement. So what they have to do is either make the maps bigger or do what I think they should do, and that is just slow down the movement. We can keep Omni movement. It's great. I love feeling like Max Payne when I'm playing Call of Duty, but tactical sprint needs to go and overall movement needs to be slowed down, like, say, by 50%. I'd honestly say I think we should be that drastic with it. It's genuinely too fast to the point that it's just, you know, it's easy to switch your brain off, but for those who want to have fun and have a more engaging game, Black Ops 6 isn't really that engaging. And then especially with all the sight lines everywhere promoting as much engagement as possible, yeah, it makes for some of the worst maps in Black Ops history and Call of Duty as a whole. Other than that, though, the weapon balancing has been reasonably good. I've got no issues to say about that, but yeah, honestly, with the maps as bad as they are, and then the skill-based matchmaking being so ramped up, I can't recommend Black Ops 6 to the casual audience, and that's probably why the game's lost 50% of its player base on PC, because all those casual people are leaving. Granted, 50% of players sounds big. Granted, I also think that's because Black Ops 6 had such a great launch, you know, with it launching on Game Pass as well. Now all those Game Pass people, those casuals, have gone because, you know, Black Ops 6 is just not for the casuals at all. It's for the people that are going to be playing all the time. They try to aim it towards casuals, but I feel like they've gone too far. Well, not feel like, no, 100% they have gone too far with it. I understand they want to make money. I understand that they want as many players as possible, but this is not the way to do so. Again, this is undoubtedly the weakest Black Ops. Multiplayer-wise, 100%, because of all the reasons I just stated. Don't get me wrong, leveling up is awesome. You know, getting prestige is great. We have prestige rewards now, and that's another thing keeping me going along with the camo grind. So alongside the camo grind, you have the prestige rewards as well that keep people going. But if it wasn't for that, if Black Ops 6, if this game's progression was set like Black Ops Cold War, the game would be in a nightmarish state, you know, because a lot of people are only doing the camo grind because it's so easy this year, because why not? And Yeah, I never did the camo grind in any other COD game. I'm doing it in this one because it's just 100 headshots. But yeah, again, like I said, if it was structured like the last few games, 100% Black Ops 6 would probably be the worst Call of Duty in years. Multiplayer wise, I don't think it's as bad as Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3 up for debate. Apparently that game was really, really good towards the end of its life cycle, but we can't really compare the two because Modern Warfare 3 is now a complete game and Black Ops 6 isn't there yet. We're only in the middle of Season 1 Reloaded as of recording. So yeah, to finalize this video, to conclude this video, should you buy Black Ops 6 if you're a casual player? No. Unless you're a fan of the campaign and the zombies, then yeah. Campaign players, zombies players, you're getting a treat with this game. But if you're a casual only for the multiplayer side of things, and you don't really care for campaign and zombies, absolutely not worth it. Don't bother. Get it later on, a few seasons later, you know? If you're like me and you're looking for something to do, switch your brain off, looking for some grinding to work towards a reward or something, then yeah, Black Ops 6 is 100% worth it. It's very easy to do that. It's very easy to switch your brain off, and for some of us that use video games as a coping mechanism, that's a great thing. I just wish these maps were better, you know? And I'm going to be honest, this will probably be the only time that I do this sort of grind. If it's like this next year, I mean, we're not going to have another Black Ops game after 2025 until like 2028, I think it will be. So, you know, judging from, you know, how the COD cycle has been in terms of developers. So honestly, there will be no need to rush through the next Black Ops game in a year, and there might be no need to do it at all. Once I've got Dark Matter, there we go. I've got the bragging rights from Black Ops 6, and then I won't really feel the need to do it again, especially if the maps are as poor as they are here. So yeah, I'll still continue to play Black Ops 6. I am still enjoying it, but I know for a matter of fact that I would rather be playing the gameplay from Cold War, and I'd rather be playing the maps from Cold War or any other Black Ops game. But yeah, there are some improvements that could be relatively easy to make. Hopefully in the next game they slow down Omni movement, or we have bigger maps. I personally think they should slow down the movement. I don't think we need bigger maps in a Black Ops game. Just slow down the movement. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So guys, let me know what you think of Black Ops 6 down in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, peace.